Hello my friends! In this video I'll show you how easy it is to paint a rainy day landscape. So let's pick up the brushes and let's begin. First, I'm defining my horizon line and above it is the sky. In this case, we're gonna have a very cloudy sky and we're gonna use black and white. At this point, I'm not gonna add too many details into the sky because later on I will add trees and a big part of it will be covered. So just a simple layer of gray. For the street, I want the edges to be darker and the middle to be brighter. And also I want to define my street. That's why I'm going to draw two lines here. And then I will enhance each one with black. And I will drag the color on the inside. This is one. And the other one. Okay, now I will take some white. And I already had black in my brush. And with this mix, I will fill the entire street with gray. I'm not very concerned at this point about blending. This is a wet street, and I want to keep some texture in order to suggest that wet look. I'm adding more white and I'm blending everything around. If you're following my channel, you already know by now that a lot of my paintings are acrylic on paper, but of course you can use different type of painting and you can also use a canvas. This will make a very beautiful painting if you're using oil on canvas. Moving forward, I will apply a layer of white on both sides. That's because I want to have a wet surface to work on. And I will add a little bit of gray in it as I'm mixing it. I'm adding more white, and just because I have white on my brush, why not adding one more layer of white in the middle? Okay, now going back, I will apply more black and I will mix everything. It's just a mix of black and white at this point. And I'm blending everything together, but not very careful. I don't want to create a soft gradient. Now I want to enhance my straight lines. Now we'll go over it again. Just like this, and the other side is not very straight, so I want to make it right. And I will blend the edges. You've noticed already that I've changed my brush for a moment and I was using a smaller brush. That allows me to work better on details like this. I'm not completely done with the street, but I want to move on and sketch some trees. First, I will position my trees, and I will enhance each one of them. I will put more details on the trees that are closer to me, and as they get further and further away, they have less and less details. My leaves will have several layers, and the first layer will be yellow. I'm just covering almost everything here with yellow, and of course few accents on the street. Because the street is wet, it will act like a mirror and will reflect all the colors that I put into my painting. That's why as I work on the leaves, I'll put a few accents on the street too. In the meantime, I applied the other layer on the other side and few accents on the street, and I'm ready to move on to my second layer, and that is with red. Because my yellow underneath is not completely dry, the red and the yellow will mix and it will create a beautiful autumn orange. I'm moving on the other side, and I'm just patting gently my surface with color, and I'm adding layer on top of layer on top of layer. To make it look more interesting, I will add a few accents of white, and I will dab everything, just here and there, not a lot. I wanted some here, and then I will move around, and that will create a leaf texture. These are the three that are the closest to me, and now I'm moving on the other side, and I'm dabbing around with white. All the colors right now are wet, and when I'm applying white, they're all mixing together, creating this beautiful orange. Okay, now I switch my brush and I'm using a small brush, and I want to redefine the trees. For this, I'm using black, and I'm just tracing again my trees, but this time I'm adding the reflection too. I'm adding a few branches. I'm not gonna add branches on all of them, just on the trees that are closer to me. Okay, the second tree, just a few accents here and a shadow. When I say shadow, it's actually the reflection that the tree will have. Okay, next tree, a little bit, and some of the reflection. And as I'm working, why not adding a few accents on the street? Okay. Like this. And more dark. Now I'm moving on the other side. I'm enhancing my trees. And I'm adding a few branches on top of what I did before. At this point, my orange is already dry, so I don't have to be worried about the color mixing into each other. It's time to add the street light. So first the pole and two arms like this. And this is the light. First, I want to sketch it with black, and after that, I will go and add the light with white. Okay, now the second one, and here the second one will be smaller than the first and with even less details. And the third one, barely sketched and barely noticed, and the reflection for all of them. On the other side, I will start with the two arms first. Okay, and this is where the light is, with a bit of details. Okay, then the second one, I'm trying to to do them as symmetrical as possible. If they're not gonna be one facing each other, that is totally fine. Okay. And more black, of course. I'm adding the top part for each one. And with white, I'm adding the light. And few white accents. Because the street lights are wet too, they're gonna reflect light. Okay, the second one. And a little bit of white accent. More reflection light. And the third one, the fourth one, and more white light. And this would be the reflection for each one. Straight lines with white. And for the other lights too. The other lights are too far to see any details. That's why I just put there the white for the light. Plus, some of them are covered by trees. Okay, and now I'm doing the same thing on the other side. I'll fill the inside of each lamp with white. And the one that are far away, they're barely visible. And the reflection that goes down in the street. Just like this. Now that I'm done with white, I want to add few patches of color. And for this, I'm using my other brush. And I already had that orange that I used before for the leaves. Few accents here and there on the street. Very negligent. And in between the trees and the light. And now I'm blending everything with just water. After everything is dry completely, it's time to sketch a silhouette with an umbrella. This is the head and a very fluffy dress or a coat. You can use your imagination here, and the legs. Okay. She is holding a umbrella, so we see only half of her arm. This is the hair. And this is her umbrella. First I will draw a curvy line. And the rest. The umbrella is not completely black. I will have some areas that I will leave unpainted, and I will also add a reflection. This is my rainy day landscape with a girl holding an umbrella. I hope you like it, and see you next time with another fun project. Bye bye!